節子さん、そちらの方で準備が整っております。拝聴の準備整っております。So, come over here? Yeah. Okay, it's time to start. Sorry, I stopped it. All right, so let us recite together the two words spoken by Buddha to start with. Let's take a bow. The two words spoken by Buddha, Ryuho Okawa. There used to be the light in the great universe. The light is the energy of Buddha. People can live by this energy. and Buddha's energy has made human history. It will be supplied eternally. This eternal light comes from heaven and prevailed on earth. This is the light of heaven. Through the prism of Buddha, there appeared the seven colors of rainbow, arching over in the sky. Here you can see Buddha's mercy. Yellow is the color of teaching. White is the color of saving. Red is the color of justice. Purple is the color of obedience. Blue is the color of thinking. Green is the color of harmony. Silver is the color of progress. These seven colors help each other, and there appears Buddha land. Buddha land is shining brightly because of gathering of bodhisattvas. This is a land of love or the land of mercy. This is a land of wisdom or the land of teaching. Especially, this is a land of souls rest in peace. We all saw that the children of Buddha, the children of Buddha became real human beings. Real human beings have spirituality. The spirits are immortal powers. The spirits are immortal forces. The spirits are real entities. The physical bodies are the shadows of the spirits. It means you're the boat sailing down the great river. The great river is the symbol of the course of lives. Each of you sailed down at a small boat, so you need a boatman. If it were not for your own boatman, you surely go aground. This boatman really means your mind. If your mind makes a mistake, the boat breaks into pieces by a large rock, and you also need a bamboo pole. This pole is the meaning of the true words. When you go down the rapid stream, you need to pant in that stream. Then you can change your course. The true words means the teaching of Buddha. Buddha enlightened and spoke the true words, and Buddha's teaching became a gold mine. This gold mine suggests various teachings. These are another expression of Buddha's truth. It brightens the pure day. Or to put it another way, the fruits of Buddha's mercy. All of you, now you listen to me. Never lose your way, now and forever. The guiding hand has already waved. Please follow this right hand and go steadily on and on. Your lives are not limited to this world only. They have three aspects: the past, the present, the future. Your past have already gone by, yet still your mistakes will be kept in your minds. That is the reason why you should understand other people, and you yourself should reflect on what you have done. You and others are not different. On the contrary, both are children of Buddha and brothers and sisters. Now then, love each other. Let us bring up each other. And it's time to forgive each other. This is the eternal law, which penetrates the present and the future. Yes, indeed, the light of the dark night. The dark night of this world is hell. It is also the same in another world. Since we came down to this world, the sun of the truth is scheduled to rise. Now we are watching rising sun. It'll shed light to the future, to invite sad people to Buddha land. Now here I command. There shall not be conflict in this world. There shall not be distrust in this world. There shall not be crime in this world. There shall not be evil spirits in this world. There shall not be the devil in the next world. Only the ideal world, utopia, shall be realized. All of the people love each other, live harmoniously, believing in one another. The world is utopia. All of us could be the light of bodhisattvas, believing that the light has reality, believing that love has reality, believing that the truth has reality. These are the facts that should be conveyed. We, the light of bodhisattvas, get together, work together to keep right mind and live in tune with Buddha's words, here we vow to do so. Okay, thank you for joining today. Yeah, we are now doing um, the Master's Resurrection thing into this service. Yeah, we hope it's very good time to learn about this book, the laws of the challenge of enlightenment, because it shows us the true essence of Buddha's way of thinking, like this. So we are now repeating to learn about Buddha's way of thinking from the chapter 1, the spirit of Buddhism. And next, chapter 2, so ignorance, freeing your ignorance. In the second chapter, the depicted about the 6 delusions: yeah? Greed, anger, foolishness, and doubt, pride, and wrong views. Yeah, all 6 delusions are the causes of suffering in this world, and that's connected to this service, the Four Noble Truths. That shows you, especially today, focusing on the suffering, the first truth out of the Four Noble Truths. Yes. And then we are now learning about it, the very Buddha's way, Eastern way of thinking as foundation of Eastern civilization. So these Four Noble Truths are the foundations of building Eastern civilization, like India, China, and Japan. Yeah, Japan is a very represent of this thinking way. So the Four Noble Truths are: first, suffering; next, its cause; the third, its extinction; and the last, the path. So these are the steps for a Buddhist to think or view this world. That's called the law of cause and effect. So Buddhism tries to explain all the phenomena in this world under the law of cause and effect. So there's no coincidence, no coincidental accidents. So all are under the law of cause and effect. That means all things in this world have causes behind scenes. Yeah. And we need to catch it, to understand the things in front of us, like master's resurrection or master's physical death, or everything has its meaning. The meaning means the happenings in the spirit world, everything started with the spiritual things, okay, in the spirit world as our thought, and it manifests the happenings in this world. So we need to focus on the happenings in the spirit world as our thoughts first. Then next, the that will be realized in the happenings in this world. So if you know what's going on in this world, you need to focus on that. First, what's going on in the spirit world, right? That's our thoughts or our minds. Okay. Then Buddhism teachings are revealing the world of mind or spirit world clearly by the teaching. So you think you are learning by this teaching about the world of the mind, at the same time, spirit world. Okay. These teachings are showing the spirit world or our world of the mind. So everything everything is in these teachings. So you are now seeking for the Buddha's truth, but you at the same time you are now seeking for the secret of this universe. Okay, at the same time, then you need to focus on first your mind to understand the outer world. Then we will go with the Four Noble Truths to understand what's going on in this world from the mind to the outer world. Yeah. This process means the middle way, right? Like this. So this is fundamental way of Buddha's way of thinking. So the Dharma is, what is it? Dharma. Teachings, yeah. Teachings are the laws of the universe, okay? These are okay. But do you see, the law of the universe is God himself. You miss me? No? You are with me? Okay. Right. So if you see the laws, you see the God himself or God's will, God's heart. Okay. So the Dharma will means the Dharma is God's figure, the represent of the God's figure, the same meaning of Buddha's figure. And it turns how can I say? The universe is operating, right? The Dharma will is same as operation of this universe. All right. So when Buddha preached the law, if it's the new law, the new universe is created. Okay. The Dharma is the universe itself. So if Buddha tells us the new teaching, the new teaching creates the new universe. Okay. That means the Dharma creates the things, new things in the spirit world. It will be manifested in this world too. All right. Everything has this order from mind to this world. Okay. The process itself means the middle way. If you think the other way from the outside to the mind, if you see, if you doing good things and your mind will be good. Yeah, in some cases it's good, it's okay, it's true. But basically, as you think good things, you are doing good things. This is a basic way, yeah, to think. But now the problem in happy science is those who have some tendencies to show them off or show them better to someone, try to do the backwards from the outside to mind. Yeah, this is against law of the universe. So we need to think. Firstly, our mind is the cause, and next result will be the second. This is very basic teaching of Buddha's way. Then everything is operated by the law. By the law. Yeah. You sow the seed and then you water it and it's growing as a bearing fruit, right? So this is the way in this world. In everything in this world is operated. Yeah. So this is the middle way. And then middle way shows us to the Eightfold Path, because suffering, its cause, its extinction, and the path. Path means the Eightfold Path. So here, we need to know why Buddha emphasized the suffering first. Yeah. This is today's subject. Okay. And then if you see this world is suffering, your energy to live is decreased. Yeah. If you see this, it's a part of your different way of thinking from Buddha's way. Buddha is so realistic person. He has a realism in his heart. So he sees through this world is suffering. Okay. This point we need to grasp today to think like Buddha's way of thinking. Okay. Yeah. But here I need to show in the chapter 3, he said like this. In particular, the part about love and progress cannot be straightforwardly understood from the Four Noble Truths. Yeah, this is fact. Then Master Ryokawa didn't focus on these Buddha's teachings in the beginning stage of Happy Science. He started teaching from this kind of things, Four Noble Truths, or Buddha's teaching from 1994, because Happy Science faced the difficulties to be criticized or persecuted by mass media in Japan. Yeah, because he held the great event in the Tokyo Dome. That you went there maybe 2017. It contains 50 or 60,000 people there. Then mass media was jealous of Happy Science or other scholars too. Then we need to differentiate Happy Science from other new religions. And then Master started teaching the Buddhism part. So we can grow as authentic Buddhism. Okay. Then every mass media and scholars cannot be against him. After that, they cannot criticize him. The mass media too. So if you learn Buddhism part of Happy Science, that will be the authentic part of Happy Science or core part of Happy Science. We can be a member of Happy Science with other teachings, but if you learn this kind of Buddhism way, you are now touching the core part. to be true disciple of master. Yeah. The reason why I am saying this is the daughter is against this way. Yeah. She insists her way of Japanese Shintoism. Okay. So she has a soul which has been reincarnated as a goddess or sometimes a monster in Japanese Shintoism. And very simply put, Japanese Shintoism's problem is not having the hell part in the teaching. There's no hell in Japanese Shintoism. So everyone should be happy with plenty of foods and houses and then so on, so on, like a material way thinking. Yeah. Then that part of very materialistic way of thinking in Japanese Shintoism that's misunderstood by the later generations is now conflicting with the part of the Buddhism that teaches us life is suffering. Totally opposite. Yeah. If you are told this world is suffering, you cannot live simply happier. Yeah. So that part is now conflicting with each other. Okay. Welcome. Yeah. Then now, we are now going back to the origin of Buddhism. Yeah. So this is very deep, profound place in our heart. Yeah. If you see the spiritual message of otafuku means the mask. The mask is saying totally opposite thing against her surface consciousness. It's saying, yeah. So you can see the surface consciousness. That means the physical person as Sayaka Okawa. She is talking with her subconsciousness. Subconsciousness means the mask, right? Through Master Hokawa, he received Sayaka's subconscious mind and let her subconscious mind say freely. And then so Mrs. Sayaka Okawa is talking with her subconscious mind through Master Okawa, right? But that's so different, totally opposite. Sometimes you can see Sayaka Okawa says, you need to reflect on yourself to her subconscious mind, dwelling in Master Okawa, right? So now we are living as surface consciousness. That's 10% of our mind. And then 90% of our deeper mind, it's called subconscious mind, right? And that's not controlled in our daytime. But if you sleep, your subconscious mind is manifesting like dreams sometimes, right? That's a work of our whole soul, right? Soul is awakened in only 10%. That's surface conscious. That's our brain work. but we have a 90% in the bottom, like iceberg. So the surface is only 10%. So we cannot know who we are uh, by our brain, by our surface consciousness. But if you go into your subconsciousness, the you need to be cleaned by self-reflection through 10 more years to amend your bad deeds or bad thoughts in your childhood or in your past 50, 60 years and remove your dust over your mind, then your path is awakened to the heavenly world. Heavenly world is existing in our mind. That's called from fourth dimensional world to ninth dimensional world. The ninth is the world of the savior that we cannot easily reach, but we can now aim at seventh dimensional world, angel's world, like Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, something like that. They are residing there, like angel's world, right? To discipline ourselves. So that process is equivalent of knowing our subconscious mind. Okay. Maybe you can do it when in prayer. Okay. But your prayer makes you connected to your guardian spirit that is very same as yourself. Guardian spirit is your past life, and that is now guiding you because they have the similar knowledge as this modern age, because they were born maybe at least 300 years ago, or more closer, 150 years ago, something like that. Every 200 to 300 years, we are reincarnating and then accumulating our knowledge. So the very closer past life is now guiding us. So that means we are not really different. Yeah. So if you guide yourself, that's not perfect, huh? If yeah, let's say if Mother Teresa guides us, that makes very big difference. But if we ourselves guide ourselves, that's not so much difference, right? So if you connect it to your guardian spirit, they know the spirit world very well. That's the only difference. But the tendency of your soul, you and your guardian spirits are very similar. So you cannot go beyond the limitation of your soul groups. Then you need to know more wider perspective by these teachings. These teachings can make you open your mind to the infinite wisdom in the universe. That's called Panyaparamita, yeah, that we are reciting now. So the legacy of the wisdom of the universe, that's called the law of the universe. That's equivalent of God or Buddha without physical body. Then now, these things are based on this simple knowledge of Buddhism way of teaching. Let's say Buddha's way of teaching. More specifically, Shakyamuni's way of teaching, thinking. Yeah. That's Four Noble Truths. Yeah. So now that's why I'm now focusing on this part that's conflicting with the daughter, Mrs. Sayaka Okawa, right? Her soul is against to the law that Buddha taught, even though she was supposed to be a successor of happy science. but she objected to the teaching her mind. But her selfish consciousness is shedding tears in the spiritual message. Yeah, but it's wearing a mask. Yeah, if you shed a tears, if it's mask, it's not reaching the deepest bottom of your mind that shows the crucial or very how can I say sad fact. So we need to think here. We are the same situation. Yeah, no, we are exceptions. We are not exceptions. We cannot know how our subconscious mind works in daily life. That's obviously shown in the situation of having jealousy towards other people. That's power to make Lucifer down to hell. So that's so deepest place in our mind that's working the opposite power to raise us up to heaven, but make us down to hell. So we cannot know the deepest part of our mind. Yeah. That's the recognition what we should have in the first place. That's called this world is suffering. Yeah. Because we are now living as a physical men and women. So we recognize ourselves as materials. We need to feed ourselves. We need to sleep. Yeah. We need to have sex to take over lives to later generations. So we are limited by our physical body. But Buddhism teaching makes you out of your limited perspective to be as a soul, go beyond the limitation of your physical perspective. Yeah. Then that's in short Four Noble Truths. To begin with, suffering. This world is suffering. Okay? I think this term is very opposite thing of Christianity. There's no teaching like this. So I'm focusing on it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh, but it's important so much. It's so important. I can ignore it, but in this time, we need to deepen this point. Yeah, then I'm doing it. All right. But in reality, love and progress cannot be straightforwardly understood from the Four Noble Truths. Life is suffering. Yeah. If you think this way, there's no straight connection towards love and progress. Yeah. But he reveals it later from this book. If you go into egolessness and emptiness, and also the Panyaparamita part, so to understand that abstract and vague concept of the Buddhism, we are now creating the foundation for the future, better understanding. Okay. But without understanding this part, you cannot go further in a Buddha's way. It means you need to cut off this world as suffering first. Without it, you just live as a physical person. Uh, so in Buddhism, you need to deny this world first. Yes. You cannot simply affirm this world in Buddhism. Buddhism teaches you to deny this world first. And next, you also deny the other extreme thinking way. Yeah. That is the other part. Yeah. If you live as a spirit in this world, you will be maybe seen as a crazy person by other people. But Buddha was the person who has a wisdom to be like a king or great figure in this world. Yeah. So we don't need to be like a crazy man and woman, but we are being like a uh, noble normal man and women, right? So this is a middle way. Yeah, meaning. All right. So, however, take a look at the people who have never even thought about the truth. Look at how they live. You may do missionary work or talk about the truth to others, but many of them neither want to listen nor understand it at all. If you observe the way such people think and the way they live, you will clearly understand the meaning of suffering that Shakyamuni Buddha taught. Most people do not know that they came from the real world and don't even think that they will go back there. They believe that life in this world is everything and become immersed in everyday life and the material world. On seeing this, their life is indeed suffering. Yeah, but it's natural. Mm. So we need religion, true religion. Mm. Only religion can teach it. So in short, Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment was to know the spirit world 100% because he can see, he can touch, he can talk with them. He can transcend the time even to the future and the past. That means he can talk with the spirit who were living on the earth in the past. That means he transcends the time. Yeah, he can talk with the spirit in the past. Right. That's enlightenment. That's the truth in the spirit world. If you do that, you are living like a Buddha. You are living like a spirit. You are living like a soul itself. But we are on the way to Buddha. So we cannot do it easily, but we can have some ability to do that in our discipline. Not aiming at being like a Superman, but as I said, ordinary man who has extraordinary abilities. That's Master Okawa. That's a middle way. It means you will awaken to the spiritual life, become aware of the will of Buddha, and yearn from an otherworldly way of life. Only after you are faced with the truth of the four pains. Four pains means birth, illness, aging, and death. These are four pains. That's the same as suffering. Suffering is unfolded into four pains: birth, aging, illness, and death. Yeah, four pains. Can you reject a view of life that says happiness mainly comes from physical pleasures and begin to affirm the spiritual life? All right. So, all right. Here we can understand suffering, the first step of the Four Noble Truths. Next will its cause, next will be its extinction, and the last comes the path, the Eightfold Path, that is seeking the middle way as righteousness is equivalent of God's mind. So Buddhism teaches you the righteousness as God's mind, right? But you need to first take on suffering. Right. So suffering is to bring a sudden change to attachment. Okay. So Buddhism term is very popular for attachments. Yeah. Attachments show everything about suffering. So we have attachments. That's a starting point. Yeah. Then we need to deny it. But at the same time, you need clothes, foods, and the others, relationships. Yeah. So from the perspective of first denial of everything in this world, you need to shift to the way you need to deny again the extreme view. There is no clothes, there's no food, there's no relationships in this world. That's one extreme to deny. And then you can see the middle way. Yeah. So middle way does not mean to live like how can I say indulgently. Yeah. The middle way means to deny this world and simply put, being too much spiritual. Yeah. These are two extremes. Buddhism denied two extremes and found the middle way. Right? So teaching the four pains of birth, aging, illness, and death as living in this world is suffering. It gives us a trigger to think the meaning of this life over again from scratch. Right? So suffering, the concept of suffering is a trigger to think your life over again from scratch. Life is suffering. This world is only temporary, not eternal place, not your home to reside. But you are a traveler in this world and returning back to your home, true home, real world. You need to get it back in your perspective. That means life is suffering. Yeah. That's a challenging and strong idea to make people awaken to the truth. Yeah. Removing them from attachment in this world. We are attaching to this world. Yeah. Child, family, relationship with others, but that's only temporary. That we chose in the other world and planned to have such like relationships in this world. And we if we die, the relationships are once disappeared and transcend to the other world, and next plan is going further. So we need to choose other relationship for the next reincarnation, for the next life. Yeah. So this is like a show. Um, so if the veil is down, our life is reset and go back to the backyard. The backyard is our real life. Yeah. So, okay. Deepening the meaning of suffering now. Okay. So, let's move back to the master's words. Okay. So, I said 4 pains as birth, aging, illness, and death. These are the reason life is suffering. Yeah. We are aiming at death from our birth. Since we were born, we have been going ahead to death. Okay. That's a process of birth, aging, illness, and death, right? That's called suffering. Okay. That's not so fun. Yeah, aging, illness, death, not so fun. Yeah. Then that's kind of far from us because you are living, yeah. You are not dying. So more specifically, he put the suffering, other 4 pains. So Buddha taught us 4 pains plus 4 more pains. Okay. These are the 8 pains. That's compression of the suffering. Okay. So you can go first. The pain of parting from the people you love that you cannot escape from. The pain of meeting people you dislike that cannot be avoided, inevitable in our life. The third, the pain of not getting what you want. This is all the time happening. If you want more, the gate is closing all the time. Yeah. That's our life. Then you can know life is suffering. The fourth, the pain of having worldly delusions that come from the 5 senses. Yeah. Eyes, nose, mouth, ears, and skin. The 5 senses delude ourselves as a physical man and woman. Yeah. Through your eyes, you have sometimes wrong views, wrong perspective. Through your ears, you have sometimes wrong knowledge, like you are materials, you are like machine under the communism way of thinking. Yeah. You are deluded by your skins. Yeah. You have a pleasure in your sexual intercourses with the other opposite sex, and you misunderstood yourself as material, like animals. The 5 senses all delude you. That's fourth suffering. Actually, 8. 4 pains plus 4. Correct. Okay. Then you can see this world is suffering, but you cannot be enjoyable. Yeah, by this teaching. I know. I know. Yeah. So Master Hokawa didn't focus on this point, the beginning stage. Yeah. But actually, I can show you later on. This concept can be connected to love and progress later on by happy science. That's an amazing part. Yeah. So maybe from the chapter 4 next week and the later weeks on, we can know that. So these 3 chapters are the foundation to acknowledge Panyaparamita. That's wisdom of the universe. That's not existing in this world. Yeah. If you are living as a materialistic people, you cannot reach out the state, which is getting the concept Panyaparamita, egolessness, emptiness, and reincarnation or karma. That's so far from the concept in this world. So yeah, we start with suffering to the point where we can get the concept of Panyaparamita, right? That's simply put, this world is created by God. The tree, rocks, and a house, ocean, and yourself is created by light. God's light, yeah. Simply put, that's concept of vain. So this world is vain because we are returning back to light when we die. And the light manifests as a humans and the universe, earth, planets, and so on. Then that will be becoming into light. The light is the life of the universe, yeah, as we reciting. The light is life of Buddha. Then Buddha's life is manifested as laws, words, teachings. Then we follow the teachings as we follow Buddha's life to be one with Buddha's life, right? Yeah. But this is knowledge. But if you are meditative state of mind, deepening your mind to learn these teachings, to be more spiritual, not only to be more spiritual, but you are normal person who can live together with other people, then you can know the true wisdom in the universe, to be one with God's heart. Yeah. That state is called vain. Yeah. Vain. V-A-I-N. Yeah. It's like not just like a vein. It is, so translation is very difficult and different from the original term. Original term is we are reciting later on the Dharma. This is the concept. In the great universe is light, and light is the origin of everything. Light flows as time and condenses into matter. Yeah, adding a mission to light, and the eternal Buddha voicing, live as a human. There appears a soul. Therefore, everything is light, and light is the life of Buddha. The life of Buddha manifests as all beings in the universe. The will of Buddha lives as laws that govern all creations. Yeah. Okay, so this concept is going under the law of causality, cause and effect. That's called, that all process is called vain, because this world is all temporary, all the illusions. Yeah. That's only exist under the God's will. If God intend to disappear, it disappears. So that's called vain. Yeah. But if we see it, how can I say, as our experience, that's called wisdom paniparamita. And with that wisdom, we can live as a human. Yeah. That's called middle way. When it comes to wisdom, it's middle way all the time. Yeah. All right. So in Buddhism terms, worldly delusions. is generally used to mean the negative workings of the mind. There are many kinds of worldly delusions, and most of them arise in relation to the physical body or from wanting to live in a worldly way. Yeah, as we learned so far. If you are caught up in worldly delusions, where do they come from? You should explore them thoroughly to find the root cause of your suffering. Yeah, everything has its cause. That's a way of a Buddha's teaching, right? So suffering should be coming to the cause, right? Accompanied should be accompanied by the cause, right? That's a natural process of what you should think from the concept of suffering. Okay? If you recognize the suffering, you need to go to the next step, the cause. Okay? The more stronger you recognize the suffering, the more deeper you explore the cause. But this world is fundamentally suffering. So you need to seek for the cause fundamentally. The answer is this world is only temporary. Then you can see the truth. Wow, you are not physical person. Yeah. You are a spirit. That's accomplished by Buddha himself. He knew it 100% under the body tree 2,600 years ago. Then he unfolded this simple truth to his teaching to live as a normal person. Yeah. We cannot leap into it, but we need to progress gradually, one by one, step by step. That's a characteristic of Buddhism way. We cannot be like a Superman, be like a Hitler, right? So yeah, we are not being like Hitler. All right, so yeah, you should explore them thoroughly to find the root cause of your suffering. Once you find the root cause, you can quickly find the solution. This is very similar to the process by which a doctor diagnoses a disease. So you can see this point, yeah? This concept is what's called in happy science, you can know. This is very fundamental words in happy science. Life is suffering. In other words, more familiar way to say so, that's called life is the workbook to be solved. Yeah. This is core teaching of happy science. This shows you, yeah, life is a workbook to be solved. You have a workbook and you turn the pages one by one and you can solve it. This is our life. So you face with the new problems one by one because your life is workbook. Yeah. You don't like workbook, I know. Yeah. You don't like assignments in the summer break. Yeah, I know. Me too. But we have assignments in our life because we are not perfect. And we carried over the task that we couldn't accomplish in the past life. That's called karma. That is workbook in this life. And you have some problems in this life. That's called karma. At the same time, that shows you what is your tendency, what is your soul, what is your individuality, different from others. The problem shows you what you are, who you are. Yeah. What is your shape of your energy? Yeah. So that's our exploration of our right mind. Then you can see the future. You can change the future. You can change yourself. And the new you will be the cause for the new other relationships to others. And then others will be changed by the cause, new cause from you. The chain reactions of the causes and reactions can create new world. So everything starts with us, with you, with your mind. Then we wholeheartedly trust it to change ourselves, change our mind, cultivate us, and create new ourselves, to create new world. Yeah. We are relying on wholeheartedly the law of cause and effect to change the world, to focus on our mind. Everything is connected, the world and ourselves, by the world of mind. Then the start step is to find your suffering right now that you're facing. Yeah. Every time, every moment, every day, you have a problem. But the only problem is you are not awakened to the truth that you are suffering, right? And then most of the people are avoiding to solve it. That's a situation of suffering. Yeah. Most of the people cannot think where to go after your death. That's suffering. That's wandering. That's being lost. That's called suffering, right? All right. So this is in page 98. You can review it by your own book, right? This is a law of cause and effect. This is an indication of your mind. You can put your direction in these books. Okay. Right. So beyond the teachings of the Eightfold Path are other such positive and affirmative thinking philosophies in happy science, which allow you to beat back the suffering in life and achieve greater happiness. So, yeah, I can add this point too, because if we teach too much about original Buddhism, you are being like monks and nuns who has no ability to create new business and create new wealth to make this world better. Yeah. So Buddha uh, adjusted this teaching of Four Noble Truths to update towards fourfold path: love, wisdom, self-reflection, and progress. Yeah. You can see Buddha's teaching as wisdom and self-reflection in happy science fourfold path. Yeah. Okay. Then now we can see completion of the law of the universe. So we have a positive and affirmative thinking philosophies. Yeah. After understanding the Four Noble Truths. Yeah. You can go deeper into it, the positive affirmative thinking. But if you go too much that side, affirmative positive way of thinking, you may affirm the living in this world. That's going to one extreme. Yeah. you can not remove your attachment only by the teaching of affirmative way of thinking, positive way of thinking. Yeah. Not only that, that's based on the view of this life is suffering. Yeah. Based on this teaching, the other teachings will be shining. But if you are living like positive, affirmative way of thinking, you cannot know whole teaching of God, whole view of Buddha. Yeah, that's only a part of Buddha's view, right? That means you cannot get whole heart of God. Yeah, but you can see that suffering in this world is the truth. You can know the whole part, like a full moon. Yeah. So I would like you to make recognition of full moon, not like a crescent moon. Yeah. Because now teaching is like a full moon. He shows you the full moon. We can see the completion of the teaching here with master. Okay. So this is written in page 105, section, surpassing the teachings of Shakyamuni Buddha to the great world of light. Yeah. Yes. All right. Okay. So we did it twice, but we do it again. The practice. This means to consider all the causes of your suffering or to focus on one core cause. In other words, to know what lies at the heart of the problem. That should be one core cause. The problem that you are facing right now, today, now, let's focus on one problem in your mind and grasp it. Please practice.
your contemplation. Okay. All right, so far we understood maybe what's the suffering here. What's the deeper meaning of suffering here? That describes the structure of the world. Structure of the world and the other world by one word, suffering, right? Yeah. So in Buddhism, death is so important. This is not sadness. Death can make us awaken, right? So death is only awakening, but Buddhism don't recommend to die soon. But yeah, death is not only sadness, but on the contrary, willingness to be reborn in heavenly world. Yes, but you need to fulfill your mission in this world. That's clearly focused in Buddhism way. After you deny this world, after the denial, affirmation comes. But you don't need just affirm this world. You need once deny this world, and next affirmation comes. Yeah. This way is called middle way. Okay. Then if you think you have a problem, yeah. For example, if you have a disease, you go to doctor. So if you see your problem, go doctor like this. Read the book. This is a doctor, spiritual doctor. Most doctor is materialistic. So don't go to the doctor. But if you have a problem in your life, go to the teachings. Right? And if you focus on one cause of the problem, your life is contemplative all the time. You are seeking for the answer of the problems every day and learn and meet people to give love sometimes and reflect on yourself or the bad deeds or towards others, something, and going back to the point of teachings. And you can find sometimes the answer to your problems in your life. Yeah. That's our discipline in our mind, maybe. Yeah. Not only master's books sometimes, yeah. The other person can give you the answer through others' mouth or through others' books or sometimes through this like a nature, ocean, or sunlight tell us the answer to the question. So let's have a question in our daily life to the suffering that you have right now. Yeah. And then you can seek the truth. You can explore your right mind. That shows you what you should do, what you should think right now. The program shows you the gate for the new future. So he said, life is suffering. Start with suffering. Otherwise, the journey is not starting. Just waiting for the answer. But you cannot meet the answer by stopping. So you need to stepping further to the answer by exploration of the right mind every day, by in your contemplative life, focusing on the suffering. As you live a human, you have suffering all the time, definitely. You cannot escape from that. It's a kind of heavy thing to live, but you cannot escape. You don't want to run away from it because that's the meaning of your life, to solve the problem, to face the reality, to solve the problem. That's your meaning of the life. Okay. All right. And let's find the karma in your past life continuously from your daily life to the extent of your past lives. Yeah, that's gonna be the next chapter to the chapter 6 in part 1. Okay. All right. Yes. Thank you for following this difficult and looks like a meaning teaching, but it's actually mercy from Lord Cantare. Thank you so much. So let us conclude to recite prayer for the development of our temple together. Prayer for the development of our temple. Buddha, our Lord, thank you deeply for giving us a temple, a missionary base from which to spread Buddha's truth and enlighten believers. Buddha, our Lord, encountering Buddha on earth at the time of his reincarnation is such a miraculous opportunity, like coming across the blossom of the Udambara. The flowers went every 3,000 years, or like the blind turtle, finding a single piece of driftwood in the middle of the vast ocean. We are so blessed to have the connection with Buddha, to see and hear the precious lectures that come from the golden mouth of Buddha. With our own eyes and ears, this is the greatest happiness of our lives. It is our mission, the devotees of this temple, to tell others of this happiness and extend it to many. Buddha, our Lord, we hereby pledge to join hands and deepen our faith, to endeavor to study the truth, to strive for further enlightenment, and to make the utmost effort in missionary work and in happiness planting. We'll surely develop this temple entrusted by Buddha. We'll increase believers, nurture them, and bring many who will be enthusiastic in seeking enlightenment, in advancing missionary work, in spreading the books of truth, in making offerings, and having a good influence on society. In the course of time, we'll build many churches and temples in every area of our country, and we'll spread Buddha's truth all around the world, increase believers, and build the basis of light. Buddha, our Lord, our mission is to save every single person through practicing Buddha's law to the utmost. We'll produce countless bodhisattvas who will become the pillars of their country, a light for the world. We thank you deeply for hearing our prayer for the development of our temple. Thank you for joining. Mahalo afuiho. See you next week. I'll go to Kauai next week. If you join online, welcome.